Hi, I'm Shauna Thomas. And guys, if you want to see your business grow and stop struggling in your network marketing company, then I'm going to share a secret with you. But first, I'm going to share with you my story. Now, right now, I'm a work at home mom with three kids and one on the way. And prior to that, my career, I was about 6 years ago, I got my real estate license. And I worked in real estate for about 6 years. And through that time, it proved to be a good opportunity for me. When I got in, I just knew that this was it. This was my last stop. This is something that I could retire at. I could be proud of. My children could be proud of me for doing. And I just knew that this was it. I was able to be in charge of my income, make the money that I, dreamed of making, and just be able to be successful in my life at a young age. And again, I was right. It worked out very well for me. I can't complain. But of course, times change. And, recession one for me, when the real estate market just kind of went down. I went down with it. And, at that time, I didn't know what I was going to do. I started losing things of value to me. Again, people were not buying like they were used to. The banks were closing down. um, People were losing their properties left and right, and I ended up losing where it was that I was living as well. I ended up losing my home, and I had to move, and and kind of go stay with others, and it was just, it got really, really bad for me. And again, I really didn't think that I would ever end up in a place like that again, being that, I was so successful, at a young age, with my real estate career. So I kind of got depressed and I didn't know what to do. And I thought that that's like, well, I did not want to go actually looking for a job because I wasn't used to that. I was used to working for myself. So, I wasn't ready to, hang it up yet. So I was really one of the last people just kind of hanging on there with my real estate company. And I was watching other people around me just kind of fall out. But I was hanging in there saying that, hey, something has to change for me. But needless to say, it didn't. Things only got worse, and I was just forced to just give up. And at that time, I was just so distraught at the turn that my life had taken, and I didn't know what to do. I started actually having to look for another job. And as I'm looking for a job, I'm going out, going to interviews. People are not hiring. People are losing their jobs, and I'm out trying to look for one. So, again, times are just really, really hard. And I know most of you can, a lot of you can relate to what it is that I'm saying. Well, I actually found this job, and it was doing timeshare sales, which also required me to have my real estate license. So when I got that job, I said, hey, yay, this is it. It allows me to still do what I love and actually be able to, take charge of my income and write my own checks. And I thought that it was going to be excellent for me. I researched the company. They were number one. They were having their record growth through the hard, economic times that everyone was going through. So I said, this is it. Unfortunately, the company was located in a different city from where I was located. So once I ended up going through the training and, making it out to the sales floor, again, I'm a type of person when I go in, I give it all. So I actually relocated to where this company was. I moved my family, changed my kids' school. And again, I was determined to make it work. Needless to say, to make a long story short, I get into the company and, a couple months in on the sales floor, and now all of a sudden they're going through hard times. They're going through changes. The money wasn't, they started changing the pay structure, they started changing the schedules. I mean, just one thing after another, you name it, it happened. And of course, now I found myself again back at square one, looking for an opportunity that, or gotten involved with an opportunity that was not working out for me. So, again, I'm back in depressed mode again. I don't know what to do. So, you know what? I just said, I give up. And when I gave up, I actually opened up my own business doing something else. I had to find something that was just not as stressful. And, needless to say, throughout the years, and even, when I was in real estate, I had been approached with different network marketing companies. And of course, I got involved in a couple of them. And they were good companies. I can't complain. The products was good. But at the time when I got into those companies, I didn't have the time and the effort to put into them to make them grow like I should have, mainly because I was focused on the real estate. But at the time when I was, after I got out of the timeshare sales and I opened up my own business, again, my business was going great for me, but I still wasn't generating the type of income that I was used to, even with the timeshare sales or even through real estate. So, it was just kind of holding me over. And I was blessed to, even have that opportunity or have that job at that time when many others were, people were, looking for work and things of that nature. So, I mean, I was blessed with that opportunity as well. But again, it wasn't generating the type of income that I was used to having and the income that, you want to see yourself having to be, successful or just live the lifestyle that you want to live. So, I was approached again with another network marketing opportunity. And when I saw this company, guys, I knew that that was it. I knew that that was my way back on top. And the company and the products that that they offered and the service that they provided, I mean, it was excellent. I just knew that I couldn't go wrong. So I got into the company. I made my initial investment, and I started working. I'm so excited at night I can't sleep. I'm going to the home meetings, I'm going to the conventions. I'm telling everyone about it. And it gets to the point, guys, that now I'm actually really seeing what it takes to become a network marketer. And through that time, I'm going out again. I'm approaching people left and right. Hey, great business opportunity. And I'm spinning my wheels back and forth, and I'm getting results because what they tell you to do, it does work. But at the time, I'm like, hey, it's working for this person a little quicker than it's working for me. And being that I'm in a new place in a new city, I didn't know anyone. My cold market was really, I exhausted my warm market, and now I'm pretty much just left out here in the cold in my cold market. And I really have to go hard at approaching these people. And I knew that there had to be a better way. So I found myself sitting online one day. And as I'm sitting online, I actually come across a website that says, hey, generate 30 plus leads per day just while sitting on your couch. And I'm like, okay, as I go to reading, of course I'm a little skeptical at first, but as I'm reading, I realize this information that I'm reading is actually the secret that my upline did not tell me. This is how these people are actually building their business and building these massive network marketing teams, and building their downline without where it's like it's so easy. And I mean, guys, the solution to this problem is simple. I mean, just go to the website below, opt in, get this information that I learned for free on how that you can just actually sit back on your couch and generate leads for whatever network marketing company that you're in. I mean, through social media, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. I mean, the information that I was getting was so amazing and so valuable that I said, you know what, this is it. This is what I've been missing. This is what I need to do. And I learned that information, and I followed those step-by-step system that they had in place for me. And guys, again, I began to make it happen. I'm generating more leads, and I'm not even leaving my house. So guys, make it a long story short, I'm going to have to talk to you on the next video, but go ahead, go to the website below and begin to make it happen for yourself. Talk to you later.